it's hard to get back out there, especially having been in a relationship for so long and really been in love and really been planning your life with somebody else. It's kind of hard to get back out there because you have to learn a new person and they have to learn you. And I actually have to take the time to say, you don't know this about me. Let me tell you this about me. Or you don't know that I like this about you. Let me tell you that I like this about you. Um, and a big thing that I've been learning is not to deal with someone based off the interactions of people I've had in my past. And so, not saying to disregard the lessons I've learned in my past, but if you do something that reminds me of something someone did in my past, I'm not going to automatically think, oh, well, you're just like that person. This is what's going to happen next. No, I'm going to bring it to your attention, and we're going to talk about it. And I don't mean that every conversation has to be 12 hours and we have to have a powwow come to Jesus moment. But I just need to bring this to your attention that this bothered me or this was something that I noticed. And, you know, is this what it is? Because, I even saying, like, this is something I've seen happen before. I don't even have to tell you where I've seen it happen before. But it's something I've seen happen before, and this is how it turned out. Is that how it is with you? Like, do you do these same things, or do you feel the same way? Um, really taking the time to dig through these situations that we let build up, and then it either becomes a huge breaking point and we can no longer move forward, or it becomes I'm settling and I'm accepting this back into my life again. I do want to highlight some things that have really been important to me throughout my interactions recently. Communication, having someone that is actually willing to meet you where you are, like being able to explain, like, this is what's going on with me, whether it be like, this is what's going on in my life, this is what's going on with my school, this is what's going on with work, and this is how it affects the other areas of my life. And being able to have that conversation with somebody and to have them understand and be supportive, even when they don't have to. Um, to have someone that actually cares about even the smaller things, like, oh, I listened to this song today and I really liked it, and like, oh, really, what song was it? Like, I want to listen to it too. Like, those small investment moments um, matter. So in Daring Greatly, and I have to just say this and why it matters. In Daring Greatly, Brene talks about another researcher, I can't remember his name, who talks about disinvestment moments. And it really impacted me a lot because I began to look at how this has happened, not only in relationship with guys, but like with my family, with my friends, and how I don't want this to happen because it is so real. And so these disinvestment moments, they build up to become these grandiose statements. Is that right? I think I don't know. These big statements about how we don't feel loved or appreciated or taken care of by the person with whom we're in a relationship. Like I said, it could be friends, family, spouse, whatever, partner, whoever. And so the example that was given was a woman, like a wife, that's in the bathroom and she's looking really sad, and maybe the husband runs to go get something while he's watching a football game, and he notices that his wife is sad, and he has an option in that moment to either invest or to disinvest. And as the wife, she's not actively asking him to come in and ask her what's wrong or say what's wrong, but she can, it's something that is desired inside of her, okay? And I may not be really explaining this, but so in that moment, he has the opportunity to invest or disinvest. Investing would be to stop and say, hey, I noticed something's wrong, what's going on? In that moment, just as though it seems so small, and it could just be she had a really bad day and just really just tired. But for him to notice that and to actually act upon that, to actually care, that's an investment moment. A disinvestment would be if he noticed that and he's like, well, I got the game on, so I'm going to run back down and watch the game. And no, she didn't require of him to come in and to actually be with her in that moment, but him not being with her in that moment also matters. It also impacts her. And so we have a lot of these moments where we have the opportunity to invest, and a lot of times because we're so busy or caught up in what we're doing, we disinvest. And then it turns into these statements where it's like, well, you don't care about me, or you don't love me. And it's like, I do love you. I do care about you. I do this, this, and this. Tell me when I've never loved you or cared about you. But of course, those small moments that build up inside of how we feel, it's really hard to point those moments out because they weren't big moments. So I can't tell you, well, that one day I was sad and you walked by me without asking what was wrong. I can't tell you that because it was a really small moment that just a little deposit of disinvestment. And so really working on those moments and in relationships or in dating, like being able to have those small investment things, that matters. And I was always unable to put my finger on that. And so that part, that cage that has been unlocked for me, is really powerful because I'm like, wow, those moments do matter. And those moments are impactful. And to have somebody in your life that actually invests in the things that, I'm like, oh, man, he's not going to care about this. But to have somebody that actually is like, no, I care about that. And you're like, oh. It's, it feels good. Like I said, just having that mutual understanding and being on the same page, this feels great. Having that communication. Being able to share the same beliefs and not just, oh, I'm Christian, you're Christian, but like, oh, I'm going to church with you. Yeah. Or I'm going to church, this is what I got out of church. What did you think about this? Oh my goodness, this question blew my mind. What did you think about this sermon? What? You care what I thought about this? I'm over it. Like, these things are like, oh, this feels good. But again, going back to that that notion of, because all of these things are great and because you're being such a great person, that doesn't mean that I have to jump into a relationship with you. And that's something I had to learn for myself. Like, okay, this person's great. Good. Continue getting to know them, continue them getting to know you, and if it's going to be, it's going to be. And I'm not talking about that, oh, if it's meant to be, no. If it's going to be, that's what it's going to grow into. That's what is going to happen. And a lot of people say, well, if no one makes that move, when people are on the same page and the communication is open, it doesn't even have to necessarily be nobody making that move. The guy say, well, someone has to be the catalyst in the situation. But if you asking me to be your girlfriend and I'm still trying to know what your favorite color is, how are we on the same page? And how are you being a catalyst? No, you're being pushy. Goodbye, sir. Just kind of being on that same page, having that same vibe with somebody, just getting to know somebody and not having to rush into something. Being upfront about what it is, and that's great. Like I said, I can't list out everything that's there, and I'm not going to. But yeah, this is just with my interactions as of late. Those have been some things that really have stuck out, and like I really appreciate that. Not addressing me as, oh, well, I know all girls do this, but knowing that, okay, well, I know all girls do this, but how do you do it? How does this affect you? Like, usually girls get mad when guys do this, and it seems like you're upset. Are you upset because of this? And it could be, no, I just had a bad day, and I'm really just moody. It's like, oh, okay, so you don't lump me in with other girls. You know that this is something that I'm dealing with. This is not something that, oh, all girls get mad at this. Okay. You've met all girls and done a research study. Anyways, yeah. Dating is scary. It's fun. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about another person. And I think if you do it in a manner that is respectful of yourself, respectful of the person, it can be the best experience. And it can grow into something great. I'm not scared of life.